Is it 1,500 for a family of 4 to feed for morning, afternoon, evening? Or you're talking about just one person who probably will use 1,500 according to you to eat in the morning, and then another 1,500 to eat in the afternoon, and another to eat in the evening. So we are talking about roughly 4,500 for somebody to eat for a day. And you talked about for somebody who is earning a minimum wage that they should more or less live within their means. So let's say somebody who is earning a minimum wage of 70,000 naira, then the person is supposed to remove 4,500 naira every day within a month, because according to your economics, that 1,500 is enough for them to have a meal. So 1,500 in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. For somebody who is living on minimum wage, haba now, Mr. Fasua. Haba. Like, sometimes you guys should say the truth. I know you're a part of this government, but just say the truth. You are the one advising the president on economic matters. Really? Is this the kind of advice you give to the president? Now, is it that some people in this government are just clueless or out of touch with the current economic realities in Nigeria? Or they are just pretending not to know what is happening because they are part of this government and should not be seen speaking against the government that they serve? Now, if the latter is the case, well, that's fine. That is absolutely fine. But what you shouldn't try to do while you're at it is to insult the intelligence of Nigerians by trying to insinuate or paint a picture that, oh, the country is not as bad as we think. It's just Nigerians that are not living within their means. Now, the senior special advisor to the president on economic affairs, Mr. Tope Fasua, was a guest on Sheun's Mike on podcast show on YouTube. And he made this, what I would call, unfortunate statement. Listen to it, and then when we come back, we'll talk.
Dollar per day, $1 is 1,500. Look, 1,500. Okay, that's a lot of money for many people in Nigeria. If you say, look, and that takes us to.
So you do not agree
purchasing
with
parity.
Yeah,
okay, is what we should look at. So look, $10 won't buy you lunch anywhere in the US. Hardly. You need at least $20. $20 times, so that's 30,000.
Sometimes you might get an $7 for your child to get breakfast.
Indeed, for a child,
sandwich and a cup of coffee.
For a
$4, $5.
Is that even food? But I'll tell you what you can do with $5. $5, that's 7,500. If you're not going to eat at the Hilton or some eyebrow place, there's a lot you can do. In Guanipa, there's people that sell, just like in Port Harcourt, bolly and fish on the roadside. There you eat for 1,500. If you know where you're coming from, you say you're on minimum wage. If you're on minimum wage, you can't be talking minimum wage at the same time you're talking of eating in
Dr. Fasua,
very important
this government.
Really? 1,500 is a lot of money, Mr. Fasua or Dr. Fasua. Really? Okay, let's say, what is it, 1,500 for, let's say, a family of 4 to feed? And a family of 4 is like one of the smallest family units. Is it 1,500 for a family of 4 to feed for morning, afternoon, evening? Or you're talking about just one person who probably will use 1,500 according to you to eat in the morning, and then another 1,500 to eat in the afternoon, and another to eat in the evening. So we are talking about roughly 4,500 for somebody to eat for a day. And you talked about for somebody who is earning a minimum wage that they should more or less live within their means. So let's say somebody who is earning a minimum wage of 70,000 naira, then the person is supposed to remove 4,500 naira every day within a month, because according to your economics, that 1,005 is enough for them to have a meal. So 1,500 in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. For somebody who is living on minimum wage, haba now, Mr. Fasua. Haba. Like, sometimes you guys should say the truth. I know you are part of this government, but just say the truth. You are the one advising the president on economic matters. Really? Is this the kind of advice you give to the president? That, oh, that 1,500 naira is just enough for them to, like, look at the way you're saying that they should go to the roadside to buy bole and and fish. Like, maybe you don't even know how much fish costs in the market. Like, really, you guys are out of touch with the current realities. That's just the explanation that I can give. And you advise the president? You advise the president. So if you're saying 1,000, if you're saying $10 cannot buy anything in the US, but $1 can feed somebody here, how about what 10 naira? If $10 cannot buy anything in the US, at least it can buy something. What can 10 naira buy here? That is what you should be talking about. Like, you sit down there and boast about how bad your currency is, justifying it against the dollar. Why you're supposed to be talking about the naira standing on its own, the value a Nigerian can get spending naira in Nigeria. Like, this is very sad. This is how you have degenerated to justify your failing currency under this government, under this administration. When this government took over, a dollar was 400 and something naira. Now a dollar is 1,500 naira, and you say this is okay? That it is a lot of money? How much is a bag of rice? Almost 90,000 something. And a bag of rice, people's minimum wage, the money they take home after working for a month, the cost for a bag of rice is more than their money. And you say that they should be spending 1,500 for a meal a day, and then another 1,500 in the afternoon. Like, like we are just we're in trouble in this country if we don't know. Just because you want to justify, every day, you people are going from one platform to the other, explaining without evidence. Just because of how bad the policies, the economic policies you guys have put in place, how bad it has affected the economy. So you guys would prefer, instead of doing the work, instead of paying attention to what the people are asking for, you people rather go from one platform to the other, defending BS. We're in a critical economic crisis, and you sit down, look at Nigerians in the face, and tell them that 1,500 naira is enough. Now, let's talk about the bole you're talking about, bole and fish. We'll talk about the bole first, how much to buy the plantain. You talk about how much to buy the fish. We'll talk about how much to buy the tomatoes and pepper to do the sauce. Now, we'll talk about to buy the kerosene and the charcoal or whatever they use to prepare it. And then we'll talk about manpower. And you expect who is selling bole to sell after all these things, to sell it at 1,500? You see how out of touch you guys are? You really see how out of touch you are? Even the least expensive place in Nigeria will not sell bole, fish, all those things together with the sauce and everything. They won't sell it 1,500 naira anymore with the current economic realities. No, they won't. And you sit down there and tell Nigerians that 1,500 naira is a lot of money. So indirectly, you're just trying to say that it's Nigerians that are just trying to spend more than they earn. It's Nigerians that are just wanting to do more than themselves. If they can just go by the roadside and just buy anything and eat, they will be fine. So when they just buy the fish and bole, everything, that will fix the light bill that they have to pay from that minimum wage. That will fix the petrol that they need to buy to service their gen or to fuel their cars. That will, pay their water bill, whatever bill they are going to pay. So if they're going to be using only 1,500 naira every day, that is if I'm just talking about using it just once in a day. Because if I'm to calculate it 1,500 morning to evening, that means the person is talking about 4,500. So if they're going to be taking 4,500 naira every day from the 70,000 naira that government is paying them, for a family of, let me say this, like I said, the smallest unit, let me say family of 4, husband, wife, and 2 children. So that person is not going to pay for any other thing. It's just food they'll be using their money to eat, which again will not be enough. Because when I say 1,500 naira morning, afternoon, evening, I'm talking about one person. So let's say a family of 4, according to Mr. Fasua's calculation. Father will eat 1,500, mother will eat 1,500, their 2 children 1,500 naira each. So let's say 1,500 naira for 4 people for 3 times in a day. Like, are these people really understanding? Is the mathing for them? Is it? Like, sometimes some people, you just better not say anything than come out and just open your mouth, and all what is coming out does not even make any sense. I'm trying so hard to use my words carefully so that I don't say things that will come off as being disrespectful to these people. Like, is this making sense to them? You're supposed to use all your money to eat. Every other thing you will not do because you just have to eat. And you see, this Mr. Fasua is an economist too. I mean, for him to be the special advisor to the president on economic matters, that means he's an economist. And he was, in 2019, one party that he formed, I've forgotten the party, one AR something PN party or so. He was the presidential, candidate of that party. So the man has been around, he's been in the system, and he's a well-traveled man. You people stay in America or go to UK, see things, come back to Nigeria, because to you people, the standard of living here is very low. You people would rather just go like to the lowest. It's bad enough that it's low, but then you want to now dig into the ground. Because Nigerians don't deserve the best. They don't deserve something good. For them to be okay, let them just eat by the roadside. Let them just buy bole and eat by the roadside, and then they should be good. Like, how did we degenerate to this extent? How? You see, an economy that is so bad when we don't use our, coins anymore. I cannot even remember the last time we saw coins. Oh, I saw coins in Nigeria. It's so bad that every store you enter in Nigeria, everybody is now trying to sell everything round figure. I mean, you go to other countries, so you can buy something like, for instance, in America, you can buy something for $11, 50 cents, $12, 30 cents. There's always like a fraction on it. They don't have to make something round figure so that, because they don't have change to give to you. In Nigeria, there is nothing that 1 kobo to 99 naira. I don't think there's anything those things can buy in Nigeria anymore. That's to tell you how poor our currency is at the moment. We don't even see coin anymore. We don't. You go to places, everybody is selling everything round figure, and that is a mark of a poor economy. Because you should be able to enter a store and buy, like you enter America, you can buy you can see something to buy for 11 cents. You can see something to buy for $1. You can see something that will tell you $1 55 cents, $2 99 cents. There is nothing you can buy. You can't buy anything in Nigeria for maybe 11 naira 50 kobo or 15 naira 10 kobo. Why? How did they do this? Our economy, that the little denominations are now worthless. Because if those denominations, we underestimate the value those little denominations add to the economy. That's why everything now is round figure, which is not supposed to be. Because something that is truly supposed to be worth, let's say 11 naira, they will make it 20 naira. Because they don't have 12 naira, 13 naira, 14 naira, 15 naira, 16 naira change to give to you. And in any case, if they want to give you, they are even looking for, 5 naira, 10 naira. We don't even see them anymore. 5 naira, 10 naira, 20 naira, 50, like to see 100 naira now in a connection. You don't see them again. It's now the money in circulation is more of 500 and 1,000. 200 naira self, you define them. And those are supposed to be big notes. In America, if you hold $100, now money you hold. But in Nigeria, if you hold 100 naira, that is what they should be talking about. They shouldn't wage the strength of the naira against the dollar all the time. They just talk about purchasing power parity. It's purchasing power parity. If what is $20 in America, that same thing is now 30,000 naira in Nigeria. You see so much naira you have to bring out to buy that thing that they are buying for $20. Then there is a problem. I don't know why they are not saying it. Or they are saying it, they're just trying to pretend. Because somehow when these people are in government, they don't see things anymore. Because obviously you don't talk while eating, right? But once they are out of government, it seems like they have all the ideas to turn Nigeria to heaven. But when they are in government, everybody's mouth is like this. You try to talk, it's you that is talking that is the problem. Look at how this man is defending a failed economic policy. Like, I don't know whether he will sit down there shamelessly trying to brag that $1,001 cannot buy anything in America, but you cannot, $1,001 cannot buy food in America, but 1,500 you can buy food in Nigeria. Even in Nigeria today, that 1,500 you can't buy anything. Like, let's just all be truthful to ourselves, because you always serve and go. Is what you did that people will remember you for, Dr. Fasua. Like, if you know that things are bad enough, because you people, even if all of you, because you're in government, it's dollars that you guys see, you hardly see naira. I understand that. But I know that you have domestic staff that you guys pay money. But so if not for nothing, because of those people, you people should just be truthful, be honest. Just now, if you don't want to be, you just want to be, then keep quiet. Don't talk. Don't make it look like Nigerians are the problem. Don't make it look like Nigerians are the ones trying to spend more than they are earning because they should be buying bole and fish and be going. So once they buy bole and fish, every other thing will be fixed. The road will be fixed. The power, electricity will be fixed. Infrastructure will be fixed. Our hospitals, everything will be fixed once they buy bole and fish. Because that's the only thing that they should use their money to buy. To eat. Let them just be using their money to eat. That every other thing, the minimum wage they earn, every other thing is not, they're going to spend is not inside that minimum wage. Let them just use minimum wage to eat. And then every other thing, they will be looking up to God to solve those ones. Like, are we just joking in this country, or we don't just know what is going on? Like, if you're not ashamed to be drawing that dollar naira comparison, then if you're telling us what $10 can buy, you might as well tell us what 10 naira can buy as of today. So that if you can tell us, then we'll know that, okay, you have a point. But until then, if you can't tell us what 10 naira can buy today, then just take the back seat. Okay? Take the back seat, because I don't know what you're advising the president on economically, but obviously we can see how the economy is. So we can tell now the kind of advice you are giving to him. We can. $1, 1,500. And to you, that 1,500 is enough. More than enough for Nigerians to feed. You see, this is just a poor and sadly a failed attempt to defend the collapse of the Naira, and quite frankly, this is really, really very disturbing. Really. So Nigerians, we can quite, clearly see where our problems are. The more they speak, the more we know where our problems are. We are not just, it doesn't look like we're coming out of it anytime soon. Because when they go to some of these platforms to speak, whatever they say, even if the economy is as bad, we're all feeling it, sometimes what they say should give us hope, should inspire hope, should give us renewed hope that something is coming, even if it doesn't look like it, but there's something coming. But if they sit down on different platforms and make this kind of a statement, that hope, we are going to wait for it for a very long time. And you see, they're already talking about 2027. I rest my case. Anyway, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Whatever you think, let's continue the conversation in this comment section, because it's like, am I the one like overreacting? Because I don't understand again. Let's meet in the comment section and let's continue the conversation. I'll see you again in my next video. Bye for now.